a guest that's also played the entire campaign with us. It's her birthday today. It's Haley's birthday.
Yay!
She's 20.
Haley's birthday is also present in today's session.
It is.
Sitting right there in that chair over there.
My birthday is also attending the session.
It is
today.
also attending,
Yeah.
and basically, happy birthday to one of my big friends.
Yay! Thank you.
I gave her Taco Bell for her birthday.
On the stream.
I'm eating it right now.
I'm eating it right now.
She's about to give this thing a fucking mukbang up in here.
She's gonna vomit.
I'm gonna vomit.
Why?
So I'm gonna vomit.
Oh,
Are you
so
ready?
you're gonna vomit first?
I'm gonna vomit first, and then Mary will
Then
vomit.
I'll
And
vomit
then
something
you'll
quickly,
vomit.
And then you'll have to.
Yeah, but I am started the stream. I am ready as I try to load my character sheets, which I don't think I need right now.
Oh.
Piss yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all the recap
Okay.
for sanity's sake. Recap: Faith died, but in turn, Fabian got redeemed, and Cerberus gave him a chance to revive his kid. Char, after the god meeting, was finally killed by Lucian permanently. Third Timeline crew has remade the deal with the god of death regarding Rosello, stating they must return a mass amount of souls to their final resting places to complete the contract and save his soul and powers. Fourth Timeline crew is now returning home after a long visit with Lathander for their safety. And Millennia is back on the throne.
Yay!
While Second Timeline crew
Is
has to deal with limbo darkness, consume Kira, and what to do with the money.
No.
I'm not really going, no.
So, let's start with Fourth Timeline crew.
Wow.
Because we deserve a happy note. It's the next morning, and everyone had a long rest.
After we're back home.
Yay.
And Fourth Timeline crew, you've all returned home finally after a long vacation in Lathander's realm.
Art is just like, oh my god.
And Millennia has returned to her throne to clean the mess Char left in her domain, so she's very busy.
Bruh, she had all of her work reversed.
No, literally, I bet Lily is so damn mad right now. Don't even approach
Yeah.
her. Don't even, come on. Fuck, man. Fuck.
Everything is actually relatively calm for you all, but you know how hectic things have been for the other timelines. Zod is currently not there right now, and he actually chose not to go with you guys to Lathander's realm because he said that he had to take care of his restaurant / store, and so he couldn't just abandon it, obviously.
Obviously.
So he stayed, but he did in fact send you guys a letter. Who would like to open it?
R opens it.
Okay.
And everyone's like standing over him as he looks at it.
Yeah. You see that this letter is not written by Zod, but rather Christine, but for Zod. That's why it looks so pretty writing, and like it looks so pretty.
I was like, I'm about to say, did he learn how to write while we were gone?
I highly doubt that. You read the note. It says, "Friends, I'm glad everything was resolved and you all have returned safely. All is well here. I will be visiting tomorrow at the latest. So if the house suddenly begins to shake, then you know it is me approaching. More than this, though, I am writing this letter to inform you Christine and I are engaged and will be married within the year. I'll discuss it more with you all tomorrow, but this is your formal invitation. See you then."
I was like, oh my god, Zod's getting married. I wonder what his theme is.
Oh my god, Zod.
Oh my god, Zod!
Zod, who is not there. Oh my god, Zod!
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
He's like, well, I guess we gotta get dressed for a wedding that we don't know the theme of yet.
I didn't think we're going to be able to do anything.
Sorry,
until
Cora's texts are
tomorrow.
flashing through my damn head. It's like fucking funny as hell.
I didn't think we're going to be able to do anything about that tomorrow until tomorrow when Zod actually tells us what he wants to do for the wedding and everything.
Well,
So
He's trying to be prepared ahead of time.
he's emotionally prepared himself.
he is. I mean, Christine's got her trophy husband, I guess.
I bet he as in you are. You're preparing ahead of time.
Me?
Ahead of knowing this theme.
Yeah, he's trying to set up the wedding and prepare it all right now. Are
Yeah.
you in that need of some happiness?
I was like,
We've been getting a lot of bad news lately.
I mean, it's like not. It's like associated bad news, but not like currently inside our circle bad news.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But
Ophelia says, on the note of your brother and the other timelines, I think that we all should try and help them for as much as we can. Mind you, I don't think that the second timeline needs outside help right now, but
no.
I think the third timeline crew could use some extra hands.
I was like, yeah, they could. I mean, I heard they're going on a whole ghost trip, apparently.
Yeah, CERBERUS still has to redeem a bunch of people. They're still doing some of the rebuilding and also the ghost.
Was the second timeline really not informed about the whole deal with Cerberus?
Was the second timeline not involved?
Yeah, because I remember Sabor only told the third time.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
No.
But as Mary, I assume that Sabora did in fact tell Ophelia at some point.
Yeah, no,
because
yeah, no,
Ophelia
definitely.
did in fact give her all of her powers.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely.
So I'm sure Ophelia knows, but I don't know that the second timeline knows.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And he's like, I was like, that's why I was like, are they really the only one that don't know about the whole Cerberus?
I think that they have a lot on their plates right now.
Yeah.
I think that so much has been going on for them that she might not have had the chance to tell them.
Yeah, that is
And
true.
I think it's also worth noting that perhaps
They don't really need to
when
know.
things calm down a little bit, perhaps you should go visit your brother.
I will.
Just a little bit. Not today, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, no, not today for sure.
They have some stuff going on, but I think helping other timelines might be helpful because everything's relatively calm here. We don't, have any bad things trying to kill or destroy everything.
No, I mean that's over here is fine, but I think the third timeline definitely.
Actually,
needs
I want you to insight
Insight.
on Kira.
R inside on Kira.
Not Kira, fucking Ophelia.
Okay, hang
My
on.
brain.
I was like,
The fucking multiple hours of writing.
You're already like.
yesterday.
Let me go to hide and sheet.
Hayden.
I'm using a sheet. That's how.
Mary's big voice scared me a second. Hi, Dad.
17.
You think there's more to why Ophelia wants to go help the other timelines?
Hey, is there a reason why you want to go help the other timelines?
Not in particular. I mean, we have nothing else to do here.
That's true.
It's a half truth.
It's half true.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
lying her ass off.
I was like, I'm sure there's not more to that. It's gotta be.
Not inherently. Unless you don't want to help them, then I suppose we could just sit here and twiddle our thumbs.
I mean, I do want to help them.
Then we should go help them.
R doesn't think this is sketchy. Like, it's
I
just.
mean, I don't really have my powers, but I can do what I could.
Is there something in that?
I'll let you have that insight.
Okay.
You think it's correlated to the loss of her powers.
I was like,
That she wants to help other people.
I was like,
She doesn't want to think about it.
I think R would acknowledge it, but he's not gonna be like, I'm gonna hit you with it. He's more like, okay, let's. Plus, it is kind of a healthy way to.
And I assume Taryn's also there. Calliope actually comes up to you, Taryn, and she pulls you aside.
Wow, just do a whole 180.
And she says, I think that we should help them. We
Help
should go
who?
with them. Ophelia and R, who are going into the comic.
Okay.
No arguments here.
I'm worried about Ophelia.
Why?
Because she's not taking the loss of her powers well. She looks fine, but her
Yeah.
wanting to help people out of the kindness of her heart, that's not Ophelia.
R's like, yeah, R's like,
Okay.
he's like, just don't push yourself.
I'm not.
Just don't push yourself.
What's
Okay?
that a push? It's not like I have powers to push.
And R's like, he like kind of like crosses his arms and she says exactly that, and he's like, do we need to have a little talk?
No.
Don't try to cover anything up now.
What are you talking about covering up? I decided to turn over a new leaf and be a good person and want to help someone from the bottom and the kindness of my heart. Is that so unbelievable? Calliope says. Yes, it actually is quite unbelievable. And Ophelia goes,
It's like, it's good to help people, right? But Ophelia,
but Ophelia, what?
how's the power thing going?
Well, I can't use blood magic.
Yes, and how's that making you feel?
Peachy.
Exactly. Like he's like kind of like sarcastic. Exactly.
What? Am I supposed to not help people then?
No.
I would prefer not to sit here and be useless. I prefer to, I guess, hone in some other sorts of power since I can't use, the one thing that I've used the entirety of my life to survive on everything that I've ever been through.
Do you want to go talk to Sabora about it?
No, preferably not. Preferably I would like to avoid Sabora.
Why?
I do not want to talk to the person who I gave all of my powers to, who also harmed us.
Maybe she would give them back, though.
Don't think that's the way blood magic works. Yeah, you would know.
I don't know. They get stuck on defense, man.
I just processed that in my fucking
I
head.
just fucking saw that in the Discord, and I was like, that's funny as fuck. That's why I was like laughing earlier a little bit.
Oh, and you all also know that Theo's still working at Zod's, but he's starting to cope a little better with everything. And Seven, he has been kind of vibing at the house and going to the beach every
That's
day.
literally Seven. Like there's really much up with Seven.
But he's been holding down the fort basically every time you guys leave. But no one's noticed any problems or issues on the timeline, so you'd be all free and good to go if you chose to.
Yeah. So I think like what R would do is like we'll go help people, okay? We like because it'll. I feel like it's a decent way to handle things, but don't let it try to fully fill that hole. Don't go out. Don't be trying to throw yourself into.
I'm not gonna throw myself into harm's way.
Not.
Why don't we go do it instead of talking about it?
I think Taryn's right.
What does
She walks through the
Calliope look like?
Walks straight through the portal is what Ophelia does. Calliope is just like,
Our size.
you're not gonna get through to her.
I know I'm not.
Calliope follows
Yeah.
Ophelia.
And R just goes in.
You guys pop up on third timeline.
Yay!
Well, Nick Cerberus on second timeline.
Yay!
R's kind of like.
Ophelia kind of looks back at you guys and says, I don't think we should go down to, I feel like that's a very volatile thing right now.
Yeah, I think being
Probably.
here is fine. Plus, I've been like, I think I've texted a few people here, too. So
Up here?
yeah,
Who?
I have Saren's number because he just got a phone. I have Josie's as well. I have Leon's as well. I have Leaves just because he wanted it's really badly. He wanted to be included. I think he gave me Springs. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, they just.
Okay, well, let's check around and see if there's anything we can help them with.
All right.
And on that note, we're gonna go to second timeline first.
Oh God.
Y'all got your little bit of happiness.
That's good.
Now that we had our ounce of happiness, let us rejoin the hectic. This is placing right where we left off last for them. So you all are in the living room and everyone is still reeling. Kira is still one with the dark limbo magic, and it echoes from her blackened eyes and follows her like she is it and it is her. She also just informed Imani she wiped her contract with Shar, and you see Kira walk away and say, since everyone was so adamantly against me not killing Imani, I'll leave it up to you all on what to do with her. And you see her turn, and she takes a moment longer, and she stares at Imani and then looks to Haydn. and you feel a wave of Kira's swirling limbo darkness brush over you all as Kira suddenly averts her eyes and walks away as the power wanes from you all. Seemingly, she's going to her room.
Mm-hmm. So we must be left with the decision. I guess unless one of mine is like, well, I'm going to wait for a decision.
That's probably wise.
Somewhere.
Kalani says.
I guess I'll go to the cell, but I'm not. She starts walking towards where the cells are. She doesn't even.
Or you could just sit here.
And she like turns back around. She's like, "Do I need to sit here? Is this gonna
Do
be?
you not want to sit here?
Is this gonna take a day?
I don't know. But I don't think you being in a jail cell is inherently healthy.
I've been in it before.
Yeah, we kind of had her locked up for a while anyway.
I mean, like, I'll wait there until a decision's
Okay, but
made.
that was different.
What's different about now?
Put her in a room.
Yeah, like one of the guards puts her in like some random ass room downstairs.
Lock her in there.
It's funny that Monty's
Lock
Arcade
the
lock.
window, too.
Monty's like, well, time to just go to the damn cell.
And Kalani comes back. She's like, okay. So, how are we doing?
Who
No,
is she talking to?
Everyone.
Kalani's talking to everyone.
not that well.
Hale says, what do you think? And Kalani's like, yeah, okay. So are we gonna decide what to do with Amani?
Probably should.
Who said that?
Slasher, right?
Yeah, probably slasher. That sounds like a slasher thing to say.
What do you want to do with her?
At slasher? Oh, what would she want to do?
Because we know that she didn't actually commit any crime now,
Hayden's
this
like,
time.
it may not be smart to kill her at all.
Why?
She made quite a mess. And we can't let her just walk away scot-free like that again.
So
She
it would be
made-
wise to not kill her?
Yes.
Because she made a mess, and we
She-
don't want her to walk scot-free.
No.
Well, if we kill her, she won't walk scot-free.
That was a good
Hale
joke.
kind of laughed.
That was
Hale
funny.
goes,
That was Jacqueline laughing. I was like, stop, Larry. It's really funny.
Hale says, I mean, Flasher has a point. Deadbolt says, I too think that Slasher has a point. I think that we should just eliminate the Amani. Hale says, it seems she just makes more harm than good. All around.
Even when she tries to help, she harms.
Kalani says,
Ribus
what do
says.
you think, Ribus?
Ribus said that.
Oh.
That last thing he said.
Okay.
Hayden's more like, she was able to reach to Kira when she was in this state. So, she may be useful right now.
I don't think the person that Kara wants to talk to right now is going to be Amani.
No.
Because
Inherently.
she's the reason why she is like that now.
In technicality, I'm not inherently opposed to killing Amani. Now, do I want to? No. But I do think that before we decide what to do with Amani, I think Amani needs to clean up her mess.
And then we can come to a more proper decision.
I think that having Amani clean up what she has done, because there's a lot of unresolved things that she has yet to.
Facts.
Yeah. I think that if we keep an eye on her and let her stay here while she fixes those things, I think that might be the wisest thing. And Hale goes to open his mouth, and Kalani just covers his mouth. And Hale's like, he pushes her hand, he's like, what the fuck? And she's like, I have a point. Hale.
Hayden's like, she does.
Ribus goes, I think that's a good idea. Half because I don't feel like cleaning up the shit that she's done.
Yeah. having said that, she might know something in regards to what's going on with Mom and why she is smoking.
Stop, man. That's such a fun. Take a cigarette.
So who's gonna go ask Amani?
Clean up her mess.
No, what's going on with Mom? That's a question we do in fact have to ask because none of us, to my knowledge, know. Do you know, Dad?
And shakes his head. He's like, no.
So I think our only shot there is Amani. Because even if we ask the other old creators, there's a possibility that they're not gonna know because it's related to dark magic.
Rivas will like
take somebody.
like mentally contact the guard that's probably guarding her door.
Yeah, it is.
And be like, hey, bring her back.
Just bring her.
I Captain. And then you see Amani reemerge with
Amani's like, so is there a verdict?
You're gonna clean up your messes,
Okay, that's fair.
and then we'll give you a verdict later.
That's fair.
But somebody has a question.
Is it about Kira?
She glances at Rivas.
Why is she smoking?
Does she know?
Does Kira
Make an
know?
Arcana check.
I was gonna say, does Kira know?
Does Kira know?
Again, I'm just gonna
She's
use
the
a
one.
+4 base stat for Arcana, which is hide and sheet. 8.
Yeah, you have no fucking idea.
And Amani's like, I'm telling the truth. You can incite me or not, but I really have no idea what is going on.
Right, well, she's useful for the matter.
Okay.
She's like, sorry.
That's great. Okay. Well, you did a lot of harm in the meantime. So why don't you take some bunnies and start cleaning up your messes?
Okay.
You get to take that as you will, because we got a little bit bigger priority than you, for once.
Okay, that's fair.
We don't care what you do as long as you bring back results.
He has a point. Hale says, yeah, he has a point.
Her getting PTSD. Char's contract. She's like, okay, I will. We'll try.
Kalani says, you kind of made, like, a really mess of things with Idris, so maybe start there.
Yeah, I know where he's at, so I guess I will start there.
That's good.
Is he not in the palace?
No.
Okay, then take Rivas and Hale with you.
Okay, let's go Rivas and Hale to where Idris is.
Pushes himself off the
So
damn
Amani
couch.
hasn't broken the contract with the Idris yet. No, she hasn't.
They go, I guess.
Yeah, Amani just goes and leads.
Bonnie leads the way.
Yep, she goes to basically her home city, and you see Idris is like lit on a table, like face down on the table. He's just like, and she's like, Jesus fucking kid,
Stupid ass.
wake up. Can you play as Idris? Yeah, I'm sure you know how Idris already is.
What?
Wake up! I'm breaking the contract. You're done.
You finished your business?
Yes, and she like really tears the contract up in his face.
Yeah,
That was
Idris,
abrupt.
in case you didn't know, Char's dead now.
Oh.
Yes,
So
and
that was against your will then.
yes. Well,
She had a contract with Char that she couldn't even talk about it or anything, so she couldn't even tell
And I
you
chose-
I felt your guilt.
let's not talk about that.
She was very remorseful.
Let's not talk about those things.
Why?
Because, okay, right now you're free. You're free from the contract. You never have to do anything again under my realm. Nothing. I don't recommend going back to the palace yet.
Why?
There's situations there I think you will get swirled up in because
What?
you took a contract with me.
What situation?
Kira.
What's wrong with Kira?
Something.
Well, she's probably gonna be very upset with you if you took a contract with Amani.
Okay, but like,
This is
did I have a choice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even Amani says to him, yes.
I didn't feel like I had a choice.
Yes, I attacked you at a very vulnerable moment.
So it's your fault.
Yes.
Idris, in this family, we take accountability for our actions.
It is. I did start it, but you did take it.
Okay, then how would I go about taking accountability, Ribus?
Well, first, say it was your fault for taking the contract.
Okay, I wouldn't have been put in that situation if it wasn't for everybody else and Amani, though.
Nobody.
Like your father's power going to Growing Tower?
Yes.
Amani's like, no.
And who's gonna adjust that? Was it just gonna not go to
It was
Growing
supposed
Tower?
to go to me.
Amani
Well,
says,
go tell your dad then.
Amani literally actually tells Rivas to,
Whenever he walks away.
and she's like,
Go tell your dad.
yes, that was awful. She's like, okay, look, I did get you at a vulnerable time, but it's not their fault that happened. It's not. None of them could just direct the power like that as somebody who had that power. They can't do that, Idris. That's not their fault. They couldn't control that.
Okay. What does that change?
They shouldn't first be blaming them at all in any aspect.
They let him die.
They did not.
You were there.
No. But by no means did they instigate that at all. Don't blame them for any of that.
And then you turned around and made a deal with Shar, the woman who killed my dad.
Shut up. Don't look at me. And you did end up taking the deal.
Yeah. So as I stated, it's your fault.
And I'll take it. It is my fault.
Because not only did you use me as a pawn for the woman that killed my dad, but you also made me hurt the people that did care about me.
Yes.
And while I have a lot of conflicting emotions regarding my dad's death and the power and everything, I didn't want anyone to get hurt or die.
Yes.
How many people almost died?
And Amani's like, I'll take all of the faults, but you shouldn't be blaming them for any of this.
I'll filter through it.
That's good.
How are you gonna take accountability then?
I guess that's something I'll have to figure out.
Suppose so. Good luck with that one. Because you've done a bang up job a lot more than me. That's for sure.
Yes, just stay away from the palace for now.
Can do. I'll be at my house.
Good.
And he kind of drunkenly walks out and goes home.
Stop drinking that damn shit.
Fuck you. And you guys all see Idris walk out.
And
Stumble out.
Amani walks out.
Is Rivers gonna have to roll anything
For what?
at all?
I don't know.
Could happen, could not.
Okay, because my tabs accidentally closed out, so I accidentally got rid of this sheet on my thing.
Well, I guess if I need to, I'll
We'll figure it out later.
Yeah. I don't think he'd need to roll anything right now.
Okay.
Yeah, where'd he go?
Where does Amani go? She probably goes back to the palace with Hale and Ribus.
They follow.
She's like, well, I just won't be back for a while, so.
Well, that's probably for the best.
It is.
It's you feel the tension.
And he's like, well, I'll see what's going on.
See you around.
And she kind of like walks away from Ribus and Hale awkwardly.
Hale turns to you and says, I don't like her.
I hate her.
Glad we're on the same page.
Fuck her.
Fuck her.
Fuck Amani. Permanently on the fuck
Hale
Amani
actually
card.
asks, he's like, what else do you think that she can do to take accountability truly for all that she has actually done? Because I'm not sure, to be honest.
I don't know. I think we're just stalling, honestly.
For what?
Doing anything about her.
Well, saw that.
Kalani. She doesn't want her to die. And she's the one that proposed the idea of her cleaning up messes.
But she said that she wasn't opposed to her dying.
Rabbit's eating his fucking Supreme burrito.
Ryba's eating his damn Taco Bell.
He crosses his arms. He's like, I feel like she knows something. Kalani.
About what?
Amani. Something that I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something.
You can go ask.
I don't think this is gonna get me anywhere. She likes to lie to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
I think I'm just gonna go follow Amani and make sure she's not doing her Amani thing.
That's probably smart.
I'm on your head. I want to be a bitch. I'm like, right now, don't be a bitch.
What is everyone else up to?
Girl in Tower probably's trying to like clean up, just more like physically with anything that just got destroyed and
Probably
the
for
whole
the best.
thing. So Girl in Tower's kind of also trying to get adjusted to the second powers again. So as she's trying to adjust to it again
For the second time.
for the second second creator, the second. And Hayden's probably going to go check on Kira.
Okay.
That's, I mean, what, I don't know if anyone else wants to do something.
Talk.
Talk to Monty again, I don't know. Monty's just straight
I
chilling.
don't want to damn talk to no damn Lonnie. What?
She don't want to talk to no.
No, I
damn
imagine
Amani.
Amani's walking through the halls and she's
She's like,
like,
anyone want to talk to me? No.
she's thinking, and then I know Hale's
Hale
walking,
is literally
corner.
tracking her,
On the-
literally walking behind her like 5 feet.
and she's like, you don't have to walk that
I don't
close.
trust you.
That's
So
fair.
yes, I do.
That's fair.
Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks for your validation, Imani.
Thanks.
Just like, alright.
He looks very, very angry.
Feels like fucking.
Arms fucking crossed, just fucking
Arm
walking.
crossed, doing the little like, ooh. And Monty's just ignoring his
Like,
ass.
looks just like fucking Hayden.
Monty's just ignoring his ass, and she's like,
Little pouty face ass.
Pouty face ass, baby ass.
So is she gonna just ignore him?
yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before I have a scene?
Involving who?
Kira and Hayden.
Let's see. Slasher is practicing with her Kurisama, and Rybis is trying to read up about darkness magic.
Deadbolt is watching Slasher because he doesn't trust Amani in the house with Slasher.
That's good. Good.
He's
Good
just
attentive
watching
dad.
like he's
He's
like fucking
ready.
stiff as a board, got his weapons at the ready, and he's like,
Monty made sure to avoid Deadbolt and Slasher.
Probably why.
For sure.
probably
Avoiding
wouldn't be a
Deadbolt and
decision to be
Kira.
made if she got near Deadbolt, because he'd go,
Yeah, no, she's like, I'm not even gonna stay. She mostly just wanders a safer area, besides Hale following her ass.
oh, and Kalani seems to be, she seems to be sitting in the living room, but she seems to be not watching TV or anything, but just very perceptive and listening. Soren is watching TV though.
Soren
next
never
to-
lost his
watching
love
TV.
for TV.
He stays watching TV, but
You know, watches
for-
Gilmore Girls.
yeah.
Bones.
But Kalani seems to just be sitting there, just listening to her surroundings and what everyone's
Monty
saying.
kind of like, I guess, goes in the living room with Hale, and she's like, she's
Literally blank face. Kalani's just staring at the floor, just listening.
Monty knows what that means for sure. She's like, all right.
When Amani actually enters the room, Kalani glances at her. Not like a normal Kalani, like, oh, Kalani, like sunshine rainbow.
It's like a-
But it's more so like a
Pensive.
you know what you're supposed to do glare,
Ooh, yeah.
and you're not doing it. She literally stares at her for a good fucking minute. And Hale's just next to Amani, just like, looking at Kalani's face, trying to understand what it reads. Like,
even though Amani can read that shit, and she's like, all right. And Amani kind of like turns back around and walks out.
and Kalani goes back to looking at the floor, and focusing very intensely. And Hale follows Amani, and he's just under his breath, like, did they have a conversation? I didn't hear anything.
You didn't need to hear anything. It was all in her face.
What was in her face? I didn't see anything in her face. She looked like Kalani.
Maybe you need to be a little more perspective. EQ, is that the way they call it?
I can't help my father is who he is.
You're right.
Not that. Not that for real.
And she's like,
He's not good at picking up on social cues.
it's the autism. She does not say that.
It's a mental illness.
Sorry, all my characters have autism.
It's the damage I did to him.
My characters got autism.
R is definitely autistic coded.
Chocolate is autistic.
I'm autistic coded, so all my characters.
We had a conversation about this.
The only one that's not is Amani.
Even I'm playing Mario, I'm still autistic coded. Oh my god. I'm not diagnosed though, so.
Not yet.
Yeah, we be speculating hard for the listeners out there.
So when I told Mary when I get excited, I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack.
Dude, I'd be stimming to some of my favorite songs.
Bro, she said when she was little, her hand, she would go like this.
When I was excited.
And that's what I do. I hear a good song and I'm like, ah!
I run around my room. I run around my room.
I know you do. You tell us that all the time. I want to see you do it sometime. I bet it's funny as fuck.
Maybe Mary just made a bunch of friends with autism.
maybe I'm the weird one.
You're the autism magnet.
Anyway. Anyway, back to normal stuff. Not saying all of my characters are autistic coded.
Everyone got everything they
Hey, it's
wanted.
representation, if anything.
Everyone got everything that they wanted out.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Hayden.
I'm ready.
What do you do?
Having a panic attack anyway.
I told her that this scene is 3 pages long.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for it.
You shouldn't have told her that because now she's gonna like pass out.
And I'm ready to
She's
I'm
gonna
ready to
dread
feel
it.
emotions, and I'm
She's gonna dread. She have a panic attack. She's
gonna be so excited. I'm gonna be hurt. I'm gonna feel so many emotions and be ready.
She's gonna cry. She's gonna laugh.
Hayden goes and knocks on the door first.
The door is actually cracked. So you don't even have to knock.
He still knocks because it's late.
Okay.
And then he knocks and then opens it after a second.
Kira's in the room, but she doesn't actually seem to acknowledge or even notice your knock. But you see her, she rips the cuffs from her bruised, wounded wrists, and, straight up fucking rips them.
I can break these cups.
Fuck you!
Oh my god! I totally forgot about that.
And Hayden sees her. She's rubbing her wrists, and you see slowly she moves over to Mir, and she rubs her her wrists, and slowly all of the cuts and bruises that were on her that were struggling to heal begin to heal. Everything heals nicely, except there seems to be remnants of scars the cuffs left on her wrist because they were magical. You see her stare at her wrist for a moment before she looks in the mirror, and you see her move a hand to her eyes that are expelling the dark limbo magic in puffs of smoke. And Hayden, you can feel the magic as her hand fucking moves towards her face, getting stronger by the fucking second. And as soon as her hand reaches her eye, you hear and see the mirror break
Shit.
before her. And you see her stumble back onto the floor, and she holds her head, and she is shaking.
He goes to try to help her up.
As soon as you reach out, she flinches.
Oh.
And she says, "Do not."
Hayden does not.
And she very shakily stands back to her feet. But she keeps her back to you, Hayden.
Sorry, I'm not getting over autism coded. He's gonna say what's happening, like just like not like out of like what's going on, but like, hey, what's going on? Sort of.
She doesn't respond.
Can he do a perception check at all?
What are you looking for?
Mostly at her soul.
Okay.
See what's up with it. I can break these cups. You can't break those cups. Fucking load. Nat 20.
Wow.
And I was expecting that.
You see, her soul is fine, but it has dark limbo magic swirling through it and around it, almost as if her soul was an ant pile and the ants were the black magic going through it.
Interesting. That's crazy.
And it seems like it's made like a home almost. And it doesn't seem to be harming her soul by any means, but if anything, it's more so like amplified by her soul.
Mm-hmm.
Like she is the magic and the magic is her.
Interesting. So Hayden knows that's like, okay, it's not a bad thing. That's inherently. What can he like sense from Kira just overall, besides like the soul?
She's overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. And he says, "Do you need to lay down?"
She doesn't respond.
Mm-hmm. He kind of like he's gonna wait for her, because she's.
You actually wait a minute, and she doesn't move.
Mm-hmm.
You just see that her hands are clenched.
He's gonna like move closer to her, like not like kind of slowly, just so not to like surprise her or anything. And he's like, "Do you need me to leave the room?"
You notice her hands clench harder. She doesn't respond.
Can we get insight on the clenching of the fists as someone who cannot read emotions at will? 18.
It's not 100% clear what the clenching of the hands is, but
Like body
it's
language.
like she's holding something back. Is what it feels like to you. You don't know if that's an emotion or if it's the power or what.
Do you need to tell me something or release something?
And you see her hands become full fists now. But she doesn't say anything.
So don't hold it back.
She is shaking. It seems your words are affecting her, but it also seems like she doesn't want to respond at the same time.
And,
She's holding back. Heavy holding back.
does he think it's wise to keep pushing or just kind of back away? I'm thinking about.
You don't really know of another option. I mean, you can't just leave her like this.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want to leave her like this. guess he kind of like waits still because he can't.
She stays in the same state.
Mm-hmm.
No change.
Actually. Does she feel like she wants to say something?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
It seems like a part of her wants to say something, but another part of her doesn't.
And he's gonna say, "Do you not want to say this to me, or do you?"
Within the split second, you see a wave of darkness surge towards you, expelling from Kira. But just before it hits you, Kira dispels it. And she's turned towards you now, and she looks terrified. Black liquid tears slip down her cheeks, and she trembles and she says, I'm sorry. It's just this, all of this. And you see her, she doesn't look you in the eye. She looks at her wrist.
She's like, "Don't apologize.
And
Don't
she
apologize."
says, all of this is because of, and you see her wipe her face, and she can't look you in the eyes. And you feel the dark limbo magic bellow from her very being, as if she is a flame of fire. But it doesn't harm you or anything. It just surges
like
off her in waves. Everyone downstairs, for that matter, can feel this. That is how much energy she has. And she abruptly shakes her head and she says, "No, I can't do this. I can't do this. I swore I wouldn't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this."
And he's like, What can you not do? What is?"
And she walks up to you and she grips on your arm. And she grips on your arm sternly and she walks by. And it's almost like she holds on to you as if she's scared you'll disappear. But she releases and goes to leave.
Hayden's going to like gently grab her arm, not like rough. He's like, "Hey," like.
As soon as you grab her arm, you feel all of the dark energy in her disappear, and you see she stops trembling. She stops moving, and she stands still in a posture that is very like a stick, straight.
Stick bug!
And you hear a voice, and it seems like it comes from Kira, but it doesn't sound like Kira. And it says, "If you can't, then I will." And you hear silence for a moment, and the voice says, "I saved you from that room when no one else could. I'll do the same now, Kira." And you hear more silence. And you see Kira's head turn towards you, and her eyes are closed, and where her mouth is, you just see black smoke consumed by darkness. And it seems to make a sound that's like a scoff, almost in disgust, as it looks at you. And you see one of Kira's eyes open, and you see a normal brown eye watch you, an eye that feels familiar.
Oh God.
But then it switches to yellow and black, like Kira's. And the voice says, "Thank you, I'll handle it." And it doesn't seem like it's talking to you, inherently. And you see all of the smoke fade from Kira, and she falls limp on the floor. And you see a second go by, and suddenly her back arches,
Damn,
and
okay, what
a
the fuck is
stream
going on?
of black smoke and limbo darkness expels from
This is like
her chest
Horror.
and swirls beside her. I want you to make an Arcana check on that.
It's going crazy up in here. Crazy.
Oh my god.
Crazy up in here. Crazy. 15.
Seemingly, it expels from her very soul.
Oh, so and he perceived what? So now, okay, and he's like, ooh. Fuck.
You see the smoke fade away, and you see a woman standing there, all too familiar, as she leans over Kira. You recognize her as Amani when she was the third creator.
Damn.
And she looks at Kira and she tilts her head to the side, then to the other side, and looks up at Hayden with a smile and says, "You really did a number on her. Poor girl. She was a mess when I found her in that room." And you see her take a step towards you.
Hayden takes a step back.
And she makes a circle around Hayden. And poofs, and then appears behind him. And she says,
He's on the
behind him in his
tense.
ear and says, "Well, what's funnier though is that you don't even realize it." And poofs and is in front of you again and says, "Once upon a time, there was a young tiefling woman that lost her wife because of her own naivety and ignorance, yet she never completely lost that innocence." And you see Kira's unconscious body appear in Amani's arms
What the fuck is going on? He's like,
as she stands her up. And
He's on, like-
darkness moves her towards you, Biden. And she says, "Then suddenly, she met a young sorcerer. He was consumed and controlled by darkness, by me. And yet, she saw light in him. She saw goodness and hope." And you see Kira's limp hand move towards you. And as it does, this Amani says, "She thought she could save him, but boy, was she wrong, though, because this sorcerer didn't want saving." And you see the Amani appear behind you again, Hayden, and say in your ear, "Do you, Hayden?"
He's so like shell shocked right now. So the question was, as Jacqueline, this question was
I'll
like,
reread it.
yeah.
"She thought she could save him, but boy, was she wrong, though, because this sorcerer didn't want saving. Do you, Hayden?"
I said, what? Yeah, so he's literally just so like.
She smiles, and you see Kira's hand drop, and her body backs away as this Amani continues and says, "He'd grown too accustomed to the darkness and the loneliness of it all. He grew too accustomed to me. Isn't that right?"
He hates it.
And she laughs and says, "But she knew this, and knew it wasn't his fault, so still she tried. She swore she wouldn't give up on him and wouldn't hurt him, swore she'd let him figure it out in time, because trauma takes time, right? So she suffered." And you see the unconscious Kira's hand grab yours and grip your hand tightly. But then you see dark magic pulling at her feet as if trying to drag her away.
Oh my god.
And still behind you, talking, you hear Amani says, "She was forced to see your pain and suffering. She got to inflict every ounce of it onto you through me, and through this power, she got to be me." And you see the darkness crawling up Kira's legs, pulling her tighter as this Amani continues and says, "But she still wouldn't let go. So I had to do better. If she believed she, with this power, would end up just like me, would that do it? Maybe. It would drive her off the edge to leave him? No, it didn't end up like that. She stood strong despite you being oh so oblivious." And you see the darkness crawl further up Kira.
Mm-hmm.
as her fingers start to slip from your hand, Hayden. And Amani continues. So, I pulled every trick in the book. Every trick that was up my sleeve to drown her, smother her light and innocence. She couldn't take him. He is mine, all I had. You. And she appears in front of you and says, you are mine.
He is like disgusted as he tries to grab onto Kira's hand.
No matter how much you try and grab, your hand slips. And you see she disappears and you don't know where she goes, but you hear her continue to talk. She says,
Disappear the Amani disappears?
Yes.
Okay.
Kira's still holding on.
Okay.
The Amani says, but I was shoved into a corner. I had no way out. I lost. Well, that's what the sorcerer and tiefling thought, but they were wrong. I had one card left to play that I was sure would come through, and did. You. Do you remember what you told Kira that day she asked you if she should kill Amani? You said, do what's best for you. You didn't give her an answer. Why is that, Hayden? Why didn't you scream and shout and vehemently beg her to kill me after all I'd done to you? 20 years, Hayden. 20 years of torture, and yet you wanted Kira, even after all of that, not to kill me. That's what you wanted to say, right? Don't kill her? But you decided against saying that. You know who saw right through that, right? And, you feel Kira's hand slipping from your grip, and her torso becomes consumed by darkness, pulling her. Mm-hmm. And this Amani, though you can't see her, says, who saw right through it, Kira? And you see this unconscious Kira. You see her cringe in pain as Amani says, why didn't you really kill me, Kira? What was the reason? Say it. And you see Kira clenches her eyes as her face scrunches in pain, and she whispers, he didn't want me to. And then Amani says, what? And you hear Kira scream, he didn't want me to kill Amani. And Kira's body still grips your hand, Hayden, just barely, as Amani says. But you actually wanted to kill me, Kira, didn't you? Way deep down, you wanted to kill me for everything I've done to you, to Hayden, to your family. But you didn't, because you wanted to follow your morals, yes. But more than that, you knew it would hurt Hayden. So you didn't. And that's all that really mattered. Am I right? And you hear Kira whisper, yes. And Amani continues. And so I lived, and the little tiefling, the little sorcerer, lived happily ever after, except when you have one hand in the past, you can never truly be happy, can you, Hayden? And you see darkness go up to Kira's neck. Would you like to say anything?
He's sort of kind of reeling in this situation, to be honest. Because he knows this, because Akita Kid got it high up his fucking perception. But he's like, I think could he figure out kind of what's happening with what he's got? Semi.
I think he has somewhat of an idea.
Somewhat, yeah.
Amani continues and says, so she continued to drown, knowing and worrying the darkness, me, that still had such a strong hold on you, could come back and steal you from her. Then I did. I made a deal with Shar, and sure, I'd say it was for the betterment of everyone. In a way, it was. But I have to admit, seeing her suffer, killing her and condemning her to a room to just watch the damage I inflict on everyone while she was completely helpless and useless, was just an adrenaline rush. I watched her slip into insanity. I watched her lose herself and break, and I watched her for days and nights endlessly fighting and dying as she watched you all suffer. But what was more poetic than all of that? Two things. The fact she realized the real resent, whether exaggerated or not, people harbored toward her for keeping me alive. A decision she made in large for you. And two, the fact she realized you didn't love her the same amount she loved you. And you see Kira's hand slip from yours completely, and darkness consumes her. And Amani continues. She was stabbed by you, protected you, blew up a nation for you, literally killed for you, proactively took bullets and placed herself in harm's way for you, and followed you around like you were her whole world while you literally watched her die and couldn't even bother to kill the culprit. Kira killed all of that dared harm you, but you couldn't even kill me? Why is that, Haydn? I killed Kira, quite literally. That was no act. I stabbed her in the chest and watched the blood run as she kneeled over in pain, a pierce to the heart. Her life was only saved by death ward, and yet despite all of your talk, even then, you couldn't kill me. And you see Amani appears in front of you, and she walks around this ball of darkness, which was where Kira was. And she says, then Kira heard Shar taunting you and saw her kill Kalani. And that's when Kira, the old Kira, died. Right there. But then something happened. And you see the darkness that was surrounding Kira. Her body suddenly absorbs it. And she lays on the floor again. And Alani continues and says, the darkness spoke to her and gave her strength as she radiated on a similar frequency to it, and it consumed her. She was the third creator. She was limbo darkness through and through, and even still she came running to your aid, though every part of her felt like it was on fire with hatred for Amani and resentment for you. That's all she wanted to tell you, but couldn't muster the courage to. But now it's what I want to tell you. Not a single one of the words I have spoken do what she felt justice, and yet you dare to even stand here before her? Act as if you care? Do you care? Because she and your daughter could have died, and a weaker person would have. All because of your ignorance. By God, all you had to do was protect her, protect them, but you couldn't even do that. And the Mani that was before you, you see her morph, and she becomes a corrupted version of you, Hayden. And it's a version of you that's consumed by darkness. And it says, but don't worry. I'll do what you never could, because you don't deserve her and never will. I'll protect her. And you see this corrupted version of you pick up Kira and lay her on the bed and brush her hair from her face. And he turns to you and says, truthfully, I regret much. But you and Amani are the chief of that list. Allowing Amani to be the third creator and wield my magic, especially in the sense that she did, is my biggest regret. But now, I believe that allowing you to live and dare wield my magic as well, that is my second biggest mistake. Because I look at Kira and the pain is immeasurable. But at least the messes you both created have allowed me to meet the true wielder of my power, the third creator and goddess of my darkness, my chosen, Kira. And he takes a step towards you and says, so, Hayden Ryden, I give you a warning as a piece of gratitude toward what you still mean to Kira despite everything. If you harm her again, I will end you. I will lock the old Kira away so far that not even Kalani could bring her back. And I will do what I have right now, and I will take full control and wipe you and Amani off the face of this planet so you can't cause her any more pain. And he looks you dead in the eyes and says, because you failed her. So, and you see him turn from you, and he walks over to Kira, and you see him morph, actually, into Kira herself. And I want you to make a perception check.
Okay. 15.
This Kira, not Kira, standing before you, you see tears falling from her eyes. As she says, so go. And as she disappears into smoke, the funnel of smoke goes straight back into Kira's soul. And her body reabsorbs it.
So has Kira been awake at any point during this conversation, or no?
No.
No?
You get to see that in the next part.
Yeah, no. As you stand there hiding, kind of like, what the fuck?
He is kind of like, really?
bewildered.
But
Yeah.
he's
You see Kira, the Kira in her body, actually begin to wake up. And she wipes her eyes and she looks at you and she says,
he definitely looks like he's about to cry, but he's holding it back. He's holding it back.
She says, Hayden, you look sad. Are you okay? And she's like, and you see her eyes. They're still smoky, but the yellow of her eyes is now visible again. And she feels more like Kira.
He kind of like snaps himself kind of out of it, and he's like, kind of gives her like a kind of a sad smile, but he tries to hide the sad part of it, and he's like, everything's all right, dear. Do you need to rest?
And she nods and she says, I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And she wipes her eyes with a yawn, and she grabs your hand and says with a smile, I love you and I'm glad you're okay.
Love you too.
And you see her go back to sleep. That's your scene.
Yep. Kind of takes a
Dang.
deep breath, and he
We're okay.
kind of he leaves the room, honestly.
Yeah, she's asleep.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So he leaves the room.
That's good.
She spoiled that shit for me at the beginning and end, so.
Huh?
She told me the beginning and end of it, so
Oh,
I was ready for the beginning and end.
that's good.
That's good.
What is he gonna do now?
You'll see with more scenes to come.
Okay.
You'll see. Me and Mary kind of talked about it and planned it out.
I know, because she was telling me about it.
I know she told me she texted you about it,
Yeah.
and you were like, "Mwahahaha." Silly.
Devil face emoji.
Me whenever I drag my characters through unexplicable horrors.
Me when I subject my characters to unspeakable horrors.
Me whenever I think my character should die.
Bruh.
I'm like, what if they died? I'm like, well, of course I'd be sad as fuck. No, don't die.
What if they died?
I mean,
What if I tortured them and then they died? What if they died a slow and terrible death?
what if I got just hit by a meteor again?
What if
I can break these cuffs. Hang on, I gotta show you this video. I was thinking of about this one scene. It's I don't know if I showed you this video where Speed gets 18 million followers.
you can show me it.
He did this.
I think I've seen it, but I can't remember what it is.
I love this video. It's a great video.
18!
God.
It's not. Ah! And he takes off his head.
He fucking launched
18!
himself.
18! I love that video so much. And I also love this guy's reaction to Paper Mario Thousand Year Door coming to the Switch.
Yo, that piece game look pretty fire,
It's like this part. Only.
Are you for real?
Oh my God!
Come on, the Thousand coming to the Switch, y'all! The Thousand Mario!
What's the next one?
Wait.
rewind it.
Did you like the scene?
I did.
Does it make sense more now that you've seen the scene, what I was saying?
Yes, it does.
So I didn't know if it was going to make sense or not, and I was like, it's not what you think it is, but it's what you think it is at the same time.
Hold on, I gotta show Jacqueline something. I showed her the Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door. The guy's like, and she's trying to show me something now. Hey, the speed video. 18! Like, what prompts him to jump at the camera like that? I literally think.
Talking flowers.
Stop. I know this video.
Close in. Fuck you. You might know this
I
song.
know this video. I love that damn video. Alright, well, yeah, Hayden kind of, quietly.
Before that, because everyone else that was downstairs, you felt a surge of fucking energy, strong as shit, almost shake the house, from where Hayden and Kira are. And you all know that it is limbo dark magic, but then suddenly it goes completely magically silent, in regards to that.
Yeah.
And everything stops shaking. And, then out of nowhere, there's like silence. I want Amani to make a
Stop.
perception check.
He's so bad at everything. Just kidding, we're just using the same thing.
But everyone else, you guys hear yelling from upstairs.
She's 13.
This wasn't really hard for her
Oh,
because she has experience. You hear yourself screaming.
He's like, what the fuck?
You hear yourself scream, "Say it!" And what? And you hear, and everyone else hears Kira scream. One line says, "He didn't want me to kill Amani." And
Shut
everyone
the fuck up!
They didn't hear. Okay. Everyone downstairs hears Kira say, scream, "He didn't want me to kill Amani."
Damn. Also, I hate that, regular posts now can have music on them.
I'm gonna throw you.
Why the fuck was there music? It wasn't a
You're
video.
having intense scenes over here.
I'm sorry.
Frying.
I was fucking surprised.
So that's what you guys got from the conversation. Amani got a little more of an insight than everyone else, but
Because it was her talking.
it's her fucking voice, yeah, so
Yeah.
she would know better than anyone else.
Amani's sweating damn bullets.
but you
Amani's
guys-
sweating
you guys
damn
did
bullets, for real.
hear, Kira scream. And then Hayden walks downstairs not too long later.
He does not acknowledge anyone right now. He looks shook. He's holding a lot back, and he is going straight to his office, it seems.
Everyone watches him go into his office, and everyone looks at each other like,
They all make the ooh face. Fucking
Amani's sweating bullets in the hallway. She's like,
Kalani's staring at you, Amani.
she's not in the fucking room. Get her out of here. She's in the hallway.
Oh, she's in the hallway?
Yeah.
Kalani got up to stare at you.
Stop.
What's
I think that's
When
10
she
times
heard
funnier.
screaming, she got up, leaned
I think
against the
that's
nearby wall,
10
and
times.
looked at you.
Amani kind of looks back, and she looks scared, or she is basically kind of scared as she's sweating bullets. As she
And Kalani whispers, "You should be." And she turns and walks away. And
get wrecked.
and Hale's actually by you, Rybez, and is like, "Was that my mom yelling?"
You want me to roll to see if he knew if that was her yelling?
Yeah, why not?
Can you roll for me?
You got a sheet up?
No, I told you I don't have a sheet
You
up.
haven't pulled any of your sheets back up.
Girl, I don't know how to get to that sheet anymore. That's what I was saying
Oh,
earlier. I have to
Rybez is-
roll because I lost it.
Rybez's sheet. Okay, I thought you were gonna have any of your sheets. So.
Stinky.
No, I
Stinky.
because if his was on my
You
account,
can't
then I'll be
berate her on
fine.
her birthday.
It's
You're
a special day.
you're stinky and you're stinky and.
You have the right to kill her.
Please make really loud bag sounds for the audience to hear. Okay, so that was a perception, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
Haley,
probably.
I'll let you do the honors of clicking it.
Okay.
You're +8.
13.
13.
That was Kira.
Yeah, that was your mama.
But you don't know what the other voice screaming was.
I don't know who the other person was.
Hale looks concerned.
Bryce also looks concerned.
And Bonnie's just like,
He's like, I've never heard my mom yell.
I have a couple times.
When?
Before you were born.
that is
That was a
true.
long time
That
ago.
is true. She did yell before they were born. Ooh,
Before life was perfect.
Imani was. Imani's kind of avoiding it. She's kind of like,
Yeah,
That's her-
she's avoiding it in her own room.
Imani's gonna sit in her own room, like, sweating bullets.
Believe it or not.
Who is it?
Who do you think? Kalani.
She, like,
She came back.
relentlessly opens the door just a little bit to see Kalani.
You said you were going to make things right.
Yes, I'm giving it a day to calm
No.
down.
You don't get a day. You know where you're supposed to go.
2 people, maybe. Actually, no, she only thinks she has 1. She wouldn't say anything, actually. Don't even erase that shit. She's like, alright.
Good luck. Hate to be you.
Kira's not awake, though, so...
No, Kira's awake.
Someone...
I mean, you could check first. If Amani wanted to go check, she would go up there and see Kira is clocked out.
Okay.
Heavy.
She out of it.
Monty's like, well, that's all my options. That's literally her. She's like, I guess I'll just wait for her to wake up.
Guess I'll die.
Kalani says, are you dumb?
What?
You're not supposed to talk to Kira.
She's like, what?
Kalani's looking at the walls like, why have you brought this upon me,
This
Jesus
bitch.
and God?
Jesus and God!
Like, things that
Jesus.
don't exist in their world. She's like,
Jesus
what the
and
fuck?
God.
And she says, my dad.
Why would I even talk to him?
Maybe when you figure that out, then come back and talk to me. Don't talk to him.
Okay. I don't know what that does.
Is Amani actually going to go talk to Hayden?
It's funny because
That's not going to be the scene, but
yeah, because at first she hesitates almost to kind of go talk to him, as no one's watching her, right? Or is somebody watching her? She kind of hesitates, and she's like, maybe I can. She's like,
Maybe I'll fake my death.
you hear a Kalani in your head, a fucking angel on your shoulder. Go. You need to go in.
Go talk to my dad.
and she's like, okay, and she kind of like, she's so stiff about it, like. She's even more stiff than she was going to go check on Kira. As she opens the door, and Hayden is just kind of like, seems like he's processing, if anything, like processing. She's like,
He kind of just did have his world rocked.
yeah, she's like, she's like, coming to visit, I guess. I guess you could guess her now, I don't know.
Yeah, we have money. What is she feeling right now?
So for her, she's sort of anxious, really. Like, that's her biggest, is she's anxious. And she's confused, like, why does she need to talk to Hayden?
Defensive or no?
Not defensive.
Okay. Go ahead. You're hired.
And Hayden's like,
And I'll be Amani whenever she has scenes with
because it's
another
easier not to
character.
talk to myself unless I plan it out. But, I'm so sorry. Her just, that candle, like, got me,
Second.
that really, like, got me hyper.
She's just trying to eat a
I
candle.
wanted to bite it.
It's wax!
I know.
Stinky.
That really like caught me off guard. Like I just thought you were like sucking a lollipop. In the background, here's Pooey. How do I even start with Hayden? He's like, what do you want?
I was told to come here.
Because
Didn't figure that part out yet. But your daughter's very, your daughter.
she certainly is. And he's like, he's like holding his head, and he's like, he doesn't know how to address it. He's just sitting there like,
I just imagine Amani sitting there kind of like twiddling her thumbs.
yeah, like, she's like
She
stiffer.
got sent to the principal's office.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, no,
literally.
she's more stiffer than a damn board with anyone.
Twiddling her thumbs like, well, you don't know.
and he's like disappointed principal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like she still doesn't know jack shit of anything.
No.
And he's like, Amani.
My name.
Throw the fuck up. He's like, and he's like, it seems I have something I need to fix.
Okay. What does that have to do with me?
You're a big issue, obviously.
Am I? Okay.
Gives her the stare like, are you serious right now?
Okay.
Are you serious right now?
Okay.
He's like, for 20 years? What is she doing?
I just made a face.
For 20 years. Why did you keep me under contract, even when I tried to leave?
It was a game.
Well, I know that shit. What was the game to you then?
For fun?
He's like, where's this dumbass bitch in his head? And it's like, stupid ass bitch. Well, so I'm about to say Kira, not Kira, because I don't really fucking.
Kira, not
I really
Kira.
want to just say it because it's funny to me. Because I'm sure he semi-figured it out with all that shit. Well, Kira, not Kira, told me something.
Kira, not Kira?
He just kind of stares at him on it.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Told me something I probably needed to hear a long time ago.
And that concerns me. Why?
Because you are a part of that issue.
Oh?
And Haida doesn't really want to tell her anything, obviously, because she's like, stupid ass, damn delusional fucker.
Stupid Amani.
Stupid.
He's just so.
Dumb.
After seeing that, he just doesn't really even want to look at her. He actually doesn't really look at her at all. He just hates it. And he's like, things are going to change around here.
Again, why does that concern me?
So I'm not sure you know what's going to be coming. Obviously, because you're a delusional, like, delusional.
I'm not. No.
Sure are.
She just sighs. Going to argue, decides not to argue.
For once, actually doesn't even argue. And he's like, why did you even step in here? Just because Kalani said so?
I wasn't going to. I was going to turn around, actually. I hesitated. Why did I say that?
Why did you hesitate?
I can unhesitate. I'll go back out the door.
Would you hesitate? Where else did you go before this, huh?
Don't worry about it.
Where else did you go before this?
Nowhere else. Somewhere else.
You just stare, like, he actually looks at her dead in the eye and stares her down.
Well, Kalani had said that I was supposed to clean up my messes and said that I need to talk to someone. And so my first instinct was, I need to talk to Kira. So I went to Kira, but she was asleep.
Because in that conversation, right, that the not Kira had with Haydn, right? Did it, like, preface how Monty felt about it, or was it just towards Hayden? Okay, I just want to see where I will know where Hayden's at. Okay.
Yeah, it said nothing about Amani.
Okay, that's fair.
Just really amplified Amani's hatred of Kira.
Mm-hmm.
But then she was asleep, so I was coming back, and then Kalani was like...
He wouldn't know the reason why Amani, like, clung onto him, right?
No.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Okay.
And she says, and then I was walking down the stairs, and Kalani was like, wrong person. I was like, who am I supposed to talk to? And then she was like, my dad. And then I was like, okay, I'm here. But then I didn't want to be here. So I could just go back out the door.
So she did say that she went to Kira's door first. He said, did you even hesitate?
Why should I?
Why the hell did you hesitate on my room?
Shouldn't have said it.
Because you don't only think is fucking short term. You think in front of your fucking face.
What do you mean?
Don't think anything long term. Tell me why. Why were you still intent on pulling a bunch of shit? Now this time it may have been really weird, and I'm not even sure why it was. Why did you lock her in the room? Why did you think that would go well? Why did you think anything would go well?
Well, I was in darkness with you, Rybus, and Kira, and Shar spoke to all of us, all three of us, and said, let's make a deal. And I thought, based off the deal she's trying to make with Hayden and Rybus, I should be the one to make the deal because, I don't know, maybe I could pull something. I have the least to lose. And then she put me in a rock and a hard place where I had to work for her and had to make progress, or she'd kill my family, including Leaf of the third timeline. So that's how we got to where we got.
So you decided your best courses of action were this.
Yeah.
I
mean, it didn't, I didn't think it would go exactly like this. I thought it was going to go a lot smoother than this. It didn't go as smoothly as I had anticipated. But that's what backup plans are for.
There's no backup plans.
You're alive.
That's all that matters? I'm alive? Why does that even matter to you?
Everyone's alive. No one died.
But why do you specify me?
I don't know what you want from me. I told you why I did what I did. I did it because I was trying to be nice. Can't even do that apparently, because every time I do something nice, it's apparently not nice. Whatever. I made the plan because I was like, if I put...
He's like, you try to be nice, but there's something else that's behind all
What is
that.
it? If there's something else behind it, what is it?
Hayden, he seems more angry with himself right now, because he doesn't know how to direct any of it towards Amani because he just got off that constantly. He's more like harping on himself, so he's not really being...
Well, I mean, that whole thing from earlier was basically telling him off.
Yeah,
for
and
being
so that's
himself.
why I would try to direct more anger at Amani, but he wouldn't do it right now. Not right now, but later. And he's like, just, you know what? Go back to that, undo the whole hesitation thing and just leave. But you're still staying in the damn palace until we figure out something.
Figure out what?
I'm sure you already know.
I really don't. If you're gonna kill me, get it over with.
I have something to solve, and it requires you staying here.
Of course it does. Okay.
Stop fucking sighing in my damn office and get out.
You asked me a question, and I was going to answer the full question, but then you cut me off and tell me to get out of your office abruptly. I guess you never want to know why I made the plan the way I did and put Kira in a room.
Let me guess, because he thought it was the best option.
Yes and no.
And what's that no part?
I thought that putting Kira in a space where she had to get more powerful would be the best option.
Let me guess, you didn't expect any of this to happen.
Well, I didn't expect... I expected to still have the second creator's powers and the fourth creator's powers when I went to go confront Shar, in which you guys would be there, you would be there too, and I'd be like, oh, here's Hyatt, kill him, and then Kira would have enough power to break out, because that's how creator powers work.
He's literally staring at Monty like she's the craziest fucking bitch in the damn world.
Because creator powers work, that if you have enough willpower, then you can break
Okay, I
out.
know. You've told me the damn story 100 damn times.
That's how it was supposed to go, but then you guys stole the powers back, were a little too good at your job.
You know what? I don't want to hear this from you anymore. Just get out.
Fine. Not like I can leave the palace. And she walks out the door.
He's so tired for us. That's perfectly played of Monty. I love that shit. That's exactly, honestly, if I was playing Monty, I would say the exact same damn shit as she would.
And everyone sees Amani walk out of hiding.
She's like all like.
Jacqueline's back to Amani.
Yeah, she's like all like. Like literally like that type of shit. And she's like, and she starts to just walk away to her room.
Damn, that's crazy. It's crazy that Hyden's off is right there, so we all get to hear that.
I mean, unless y'all were eavesdropping, you couldn't hear anything. They weren't yelling.
Yeah, no, they weren't yelling at each other.
They weren't?
No.
Okay.
Someone wanted to eavesdrop on it.
I mean, if you stood outside the door, you could hear. Like, they're not that quiet, but they're not that loud.
They're not
either.
being loud.
They're not like, ah! But they're like, talking like I am right now.
Right.
Where it echoes through the room.
I think everyone's a little bit, I don't know, probably preoccupied with other things.
Yeah.
Except Kalani.
Kalani's staring right at Amani.
I believe Kalani or Hale would go and listen on that conversation.
Hale actually did. Kalani didn't have to.
Yeah. Amani's like,
Hale is more confused now, though, than he was before.
And he just sees
He
Amani
walks
walk
away
out.
from the door. Like, he heard Amani coming, and so he walks away from the door, and he's sitting here like...
What the fuck?
And he comes over to Rybus, and he's like,
fuck?
Rybus, I'm confused.
What's going on?
I eavesdrop. Okay, I know eavesdropping is bad. Okay, don't make that face. Don't make that face.
He's gonna be like are you serious?
But my dad and Amani had a conversation. I'm really confused.
Okay.
My dad said that Amani should stay to fix something. But I'm still not inherently sure on what she has left to fix.
Maybe there's something that only they know about that's going on.
Well, then I feel like they should inform us.
That would be nice, for once, to be informed.
If we're going to have a snake in the palace, I'd at least like to know why. What mouse is the snake going after? I need to know.
And for what reason?
Maybe you should talk to him.
Oh boy.
I mean, you're like the second, like you are pretty close to
That's
him.
my way of saying that I can't talk to my dad because a part of me is in fact nervous about it. So you should.
Not that Rybus is any less nervous.
Yeah, I guess I don't have the same.
Or you could ask my mom. I don't know if she's still asleep or not though.
I'm gonna leave her be. I think.
Probably wise. There was screaming earlier.
Okay, come talk to him. He's just in his office still.
Okay, stay here, I guess. I'll be back.
I'll
Hopefully. Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Any knocks?
Like
Gentle knock.
after going do just the gentlest knock, and he's like, he knows it's Rybus though, and he's like, you can come in, Rybus.
It would either be him or Deadbolt, and I don't know if Deadbolt has the self-control to not bang on the door.
Dum dum dum. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Deadbolt, you would know who the Deadbolt's go is.
He would just go in.
Hands through the door.
Where's that fucking video, like that really bad Incredibles animation where like Mr. Crow walks to the damn wall, like table.
I know
breaks
exactly what
everything?
you're talking
That's
about.
exactly how I see Deadbolt walking to the fucking room. Okay, well, hide and seek, come in, Ribus.
He goes in. So, you and Amani had a conversation.
I fucked up really bad.
Yeah, I heard
Yes.
screaming too, so
Yes, that was the part of it.
that's related.
Yes.
Anything I should know about as a creator and someone that lives here?
I guess as a part of my family, I neglected an issue far too long with Amani that I had with her, and accidentally dragged all of you into it.
Drag two into it?
All of you into it, especially Kira.
Okay.
And I need to think right now on how to handle and fix it, because right now I'm not sure. There's a lot of thoughts going through my head.
Do you want to tell me what that issue is?
Good question. Yeah. as Jacqueline, yeah, he would. He'd be like, you probably heard her scream considering you said all that.
More or less. I heard Kira, I didn't hear
She
anyone else.
didn't kill Amani because of me. Because in a way, I am in a toxic like hole because of Amani, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Is what I'm thinking right now. There's still a lot of stuff I gotta figure out. And that ended up hurting Kira for years I did not see. And it ended up having Amani drag us all through this mess.
Okay. So...
And that's why Amani does need to stick. I need to solve this.
Right.
Because she needs to be here.
And she needs to be here for that. For why?
Because in order for me to get past this, I need to get past Amani.
You need to deal with Amani.
Yes. I need to.
Okay, that's fair.
Not any of you. Especially not Kira. This was all mine to begin with. No one else's.
Yeah,
And I apologize for that.
I guess I can forgive you.
His little joke ass. Okay.
Well, thank you for telling me. So now I can help keep Imani even more accountable, and you also accountable for your own actions.
I just don't know what she's still trying to pull. She's still just lost, and I don't know.
Could just be Imani being Imani.
Could be. Just sighs. I'm sorry, I was gonna say first.
I was trying to think of something to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, but Hayden was just gonna say that I just kind of want to be alone right now.
You don't want to be alone.
No, I do want to be alone.
You don't want to be alone.
He's like, I do want to be alone.
Okay.
You don't.
I'll let everyone know, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, go ahead.
Bye.
Bye.
He leaves the room and he closes the door behind him.
You
You hear anything?
And he turns and he runs over to Kalani and says, "How did you know?"
Shut up.
And Kalani's like, "It's not that hard to pick up on people's faces and emotions." And the Hale's like, "Well, I couldn't tell. No one else here could tell. Could you tell, Ribus?"
It's a woman thing.
What?
That makes sense.
Honestly, that's the most sense that you could ever say to fucking him. It's a
Ribus' biggest brain moment.
It's a woman. Stop.
Does that mean Slasher knew too?
If she was here, probably.
You see Hale run off to go find Slasher.
They both like come back together, and she looks at Kalani, and they like look at each other for a little bit. She's like,
And Kalani's like, see, she knows too. And Kayla's like,
Canon.
jaw drop,
Canon
like,
is just all woman. Whoops, all woman.
the only 3 women in the household.
That's actually kind of crazy.
Kalani,
Oh my God.
Kira, and fucking
Slasher.
What about Girl in
That's
Terror?
it.
What about Girl in Terror?
oh, I forgot.
I forgot about Girl
She's
Terror.
so like she could be non-binary, honestly. But
Binary.
binary.
She kind of bounces around all the timeline.
Yeah, she's just so up in her own shit that she doesn't really pay that close attention to.
Imani also doesn't count right now.
No, because she's delusional.
No. She's also not a homie, so she doesn't
Yeah,
have to
she's
be
not
part of the
fam.
gang.
She's not the family.
It's like there's more. I think there's a bigger proportion of women in the 3rd timeline compared to both the 2nd and 4th timeline. It's because the Elder Shires.
With time, we have grown to like men more than having women.
It's because we can make men not toxic and just actually normal human
We can
beings.
make our ideal men.
we can make them actually
Ideal humans.
normal human beings in the world that are that go through normal shit and have to go through shit without being toxic about it.
Homies. True homies.
Actually, not be toxic about problems in front of them.
Yeah.
Type of shit. For real.
A couple hours will pass,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are still in the house, and it is starting to become nighttime.
Yay.
After a long and very busy day, who all goes to bed?
Amani, you're going to straight sleep.
Kalani and Hale go to sleep.
Do
Hi.
creators have to sleep? I don't think Rose will, but Slasher will.
Hayden stays up at his desk for the night.
What about Git?
Stays up.
What does Git do?
Just in her lab, like always, trying to do
She's
shit.
running around.
She's like,
She's
what the
running
fuck?
around her
She's like,
lab.
what the fuck did Leon do? Why did he place this in the wrong area?
Why me? Why do I have to deal with this? What is my purpose in life?
Did you say if Rivas went to sleep?
He's staying up.
Okay, Devil will stay up with Rivas.
He doesn't need to sleep either, does he?
Mm-mm.
He
But
robo.
he can shut down, like,
You.
yeah. The Slasher goes to bed?
Sister always gotta get her bee to sleep in.
She do. She got her face mask on. She braided her hair.
It's the fact she has a furry metallic face because she's half robot, half beast. So like,
Yeah. What part of her is like?
That's up to you.
that's up to you, girl. It could be like some
Dang.
Weird Slasher.
weird combination. It could just be like,
I have like a vague idea of how I want her to look, but nothing like concrete.
Mm-hmm.
like
I want her to have like one like cybernetic eye.
like it's like she's like all beast on the face except for like a cybernet kinetic. Why doesn't she have like metal teeth too?
That would be sick.
Like metal teeth. Like no, like her face on the inside is like more like robotic, but like on the outside it's like beast.
I want her to have some real insides,
Yeah.
organs and stuff.
I feel like her organs would be like normal, maybe with a mix of machinery. I don't know.
That's getting a little bit too complex. I'm not designing her a whole inside cavity.
It's like half.
I want her to be blonde though. Like
Blonde fur.
yeah.
You should do it.
Her
What
dad,
color is Rivas' fur?
He's like a.
he's brown, but his hair is ginger, like a dark kind of rusty.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. I like his
Yeah,
design.
no, I think she should definitely be blonde because one, blonde influencer, so just a good fucking
She
trope.
inherited the blonde from Deadbolt.
I was about to say, it's a deadbolt, like gold colored.
He's like rusty gold, I would say. Like he's like a very dull gold, just because he's so like worn.
He old.
He is old. He just has been.
Very
He's been through a lot of battles and shit.
He's
So.
How old
Ginger,
is
though.
he?
I made him. I think when the Dark Gift started, his age was 200 and like something, because
Dang.
Warforged can live basically for like ever as long as they maintain themselves.
Yeah.
So I think I made him like 200 something. So he may be like maybe just reaching 300 right now, is what I'd say, or in like early 300s. That's what I can see it as though.
Cool.
Yeah.
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 Where are you guys
Honestly, Ribus just hangs out in the living room like almost all the time.
Typical living room shit.
Like, he's just always there. If you're looking for him, he's probably gonna be there.
Soren's watching TV on the couch. Again, obviously.
He's like watching a show for like the 20th time.
Yeah, no, he watches a different show every time. But he has to finish shows completely before he can start a new one. But then he'll have his comfort shows for when he's feeling emotional.
Yeah.
And one of his comfort show is Homies.
Mary, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Madison's clone right here.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a rip off Friends. Homies.
Oh, I didn't get it.
That's what he's watching on repeat right now in the living room with you and Deadbolt.
Dang.
Aw, it's kind of cute.
I wish I knew anything about Friends so that I could make a joke about it as Ribus, but
Just
I
look
cannot.
up typical friend jokes.
I got you. Soren's standing there and he's like, I can't believe this. They were not on a break. They were not on a break.
Yeah.
There's like a whole scene where fucking, what's his name? Ross
Oh,
is
Rachel
like,
and Ross.
Ross is like, we were on a break! And you just hear Soren talking to him, so they were not on a break. They were not on a break.
That's funny. Ribus is like doing his own thing, and all of a sudden he screams out, and he's like,
Alright. Rabbit knows how to crochet. He's crocheting.
he's like, damn, that's crazy.
Deadbolt's knitting.
Oh, here's Plank.
That's a very Deadbolt thing to do.
His
He
hands-
has like custom like attachments.
I was gonna say, yeah, he can like attach it
Forgetting.
to his like this and stuff and just go.
He says, I am making a blanket for Kira.
She'll appreciate that from him.
She has been asleep for a while.
What colors is it?
What color is it? I have made it purple.
I think she'll like that color.
He stares at it for like a long time.
You have to remember what it's called.
Yeah, he had to remember what color it was. He was like,
A royal purple.
purple.
He's colorblind, actually. He doesn't have an installment yet. He has to
In
upgrade.
reality, he was thinking about all of the different ways to say purple and was trying to find which one was right. And then
He
gave
had
up
to go
because-
through the
Purple.
rainbow.
Purple. Purple. Circle.
Circle.
I think Hayden, he's kind of like in the room where Kira is, but he's mostly at like a desk, sort of. He's not really laying down. He's just sort of up still.
She still passed the fuck out.
Yeah, no, he's only there just so in
because
case
she has not slept for fucking 3 days.
Yeah, he's only there just to make sure if she wakes up, he can get her something if he needs. But he's mostly just gonna stay up all night.
And then it's the next morning. Homies.
Yay!
Yay! Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
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 And really early in the morning, actually, Ribus, you see Kira come downstairs.
Oh. Well, welcome to reality.
Hi, how long was I asleep?
3 or 4 days?
Wait, did you actually say 3 or 4 days, or is this like the next day?
This was the next day.
Oh, I thought she was asleep for like
That would
3
be a
days.
perfect time skip, though.
That's what I thought. That's what Deadbolt says, that she was asleep for
No,
like 3 days.
I'll make it 3 or 4 days.
I think it's
funny.
It's probably.
Oh, she hadn't slept for 3 days. Well, she had to catch up on 3 days worth of sleep.
Yeah,
So.
we'll say she slept for a couple of days. So it's a couple days later.
Okay.
And she comes downstairs really early in the morning, and she comes like heads toward the kitchen, but she stopped by you.
Yeah.
She's like, "How long was I asleep?"
3 to 4 days.
About a day or so.
That long?
Girl in Tower's like 4 days to be exact.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
You're tired.
Apparently,
Toward.
I make breakfast, and she goes to the kitchen.
Okay. Ribus moves his whatever he's doing to
Whatever he's
the-
doing.
the kitchen table.
He's playing with a Rubik's Cube the entire 4
Deadbolt
days.
has worked so hard on this fucking knitted blanket that it is the size of him,
She's
and
gonna
he's
like
still
that.
working on it.
Oh, Kira, Deadbolt has been working on something for you since you've been asleep.
Deadbolt hides it, and he says, "It's not done."
It's not done.
And she goes, "Oh,
So
really?
don't
That's so sweet. Okay, I can't wait to see it."
He's always like the most like fuzzy, like itchy looking thing in the movie.
No, it's actually nice.
I
It's
I
like
made
a
it for you
weighted
with
blanket.
eyelashes.
A weighted blanket.
I made this sweater out of my eyelashes.
It's
I
like a
made this
weighted
one out of my
blanket.
tears.
And he's still sitting there like intently like sewing it up and finishing it off. Kalani and Hale come downstairs, both fucking side by side in tandem, wiping their eyes, and then they yawn simultaneously, twin things. And then they turn and they see their mom, and they're like, "Mom!" And they run in and they hug her, and she's like, "Oh, hi." And they sit at the kitchen table, and they're like, and she's like,
Magnus is working on a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, so he was doing something. It's a Rubik's Cube.
And Kira chuckles a little bit, and she's like, "Well, what do you want for breakfast?" And Kalani and Hale simultaneously go, "Pancakes with eggs and bacon, please." And she's like, "Okay." And she turns and you see her cooking. What's everyone else doing?
Sorry, else Grand Tower is just Jay chilling. Really, she's like, okay.
Where is she, Jason?
She kind of like grabs toast and butter. And she's like, going up to my lab.
I'll send food up to you.
Okay.
They have like a dumbbell to like put it on that goes up.
Chum.
Love you.
See ya.
Love you.
Love you, Tab. It's funny because she always says see ya after someone says I love you. She's just that kind of person.
She's that person.
She's that big.
She's silly.
And Soren, lounging on the couch, still lounging.
She's straight
He has been there for the last 4 days. Now that he has had a break.
He's like,
Yeah, no, he
Binge
finished.
the show.
He finished
Homies.
and he was sitting there like
fucking homies.
under his breath and said, "Ross, that bastard."
As he comes in groggily.
Yeah, and he's like rumbling under his breath, but he sits at the kitchen table. And anyone else?
Haida doesn't show up at the table.
Okay.
So
Slasher shows up at the table.
Amani, actually no. She kind of peeks in, but then she sees everyone there, and she's like,
Oop. And I oop.
and she's like, I'm not included in this.
I'm not included in
Where's
this.
Slasher sit?
She sits a couple seats. Oh no, she sits next to Hale and Kalani.
Cute.
Maybe across from them so she can look at them.
Kira says, "Do you want some too?" Okay.
Please.
5 servings. You see her cooking. She looks happy.
Yay! We like
Happy to
her.
cook.
We like happy.
And a little while passes, and she finishes up the food, and she passes it out to everyone. And she sits down at the table too with a serving for herself.
Her.
Yippee!
She says, "So what exactly happened?" And she looks completely normal, by the way. No smoky eyes, no nothing.
That's good.
She said, "I don't remember much. I remember getting angry, and I remember Shar and fighting her. And then I remember popping back up here, but everything after that's kind of like a blur."
Well, Imani's been staying here. For the
Monty's here?
Money
Yeah.
That's when she closes the door, and she's like,
Where?
We kind of have been having her locked up, not like in a cell, but just in a room until we decide what to do with her.
Okay.
Yeah, clean up her mess. This is.
She has business with your husband.
What business?
More like he has business with her to deal with.
What business?
You could tell her to go out talk to Hayden about it.
You can see if he'll tell you about it.
Okay.
He
Where
might
is
not
he?
want to burden you with that, though.
Where is he?
One of his offices.
Okay. And she wanders off. Hayden, are you actually in your office?
He is. He looks very tired though.
You hear,
He's like, come in.
you see Kira peek in.
You're awake.
You look like you haven't slept in days.
I haven't. It's okay though.
I
Go to
haven't.
sleep.
It's okay though. I
Go to
need to.
sleep.
I'm.
She walks in and closes the door. She says, "You need to what? You need to sleep."
She's like, I do. I'll sleep. Not right now. I'll sleep tonight.
You swear?
I swear that.
Okay.
I promise that. I promise that.
Do you want food?
Not right now.
Okay.
I'm not hungry. I did eat dinner yesterday though, so.
I'm a little confused. I heard that you have business with Imani,
I do.
and that she was staying here.
Yes.
What's going on?
I pulled you all and pulled you into something that I should have handled myself.
Well, then what?
He's like, how does he even dress that? Ooh, fuck. He's not gonna tell her what the fuck that whole shit happened, obviously not, but he's like, Amani was kept around because I have an issue with her, obviously, and it ended up building up and hurting everyone.
Kira looked a little confused, and she's like, "In the end."
Well, it ended up hurting everyone. Like, not in the end. That's just Jacqueline not having good grammar, not having good ways to put things. Just it should just be it hurt everyone basically. It hurt you and.
Okay. How?
He's like, he knows she doesn't remember, obviously, just because of how she's
Yeah.
acting. He's like, I don't know how to explain it. And he's like, you've been trying to protect me, right?
Of course, I love you.
And he's like, but how would I say it? I ended up not solving my issue with Imani, and then ended up dragging you into a mess that you
I
shouldn't
don't
have.
understand what issue you have with Imani.
And he's like,
The contract's done,
right?
right?
Did you when I told you whether you should kill Imani or not, and I told you do what's best for you. What did you base your decision?
She goes quiet.
He's like, you can tell me. It's okay.
How did you figure it out?
Fuck.
Well, funny story.
Well, I don't even address that. Well, he can say it, but he just have to say in detail what happened.
Because I didn't tell anyone. And no one figured that out.
How does he address
And
that?
as much as I love you, I know that you didn't figure that out on your own.
I should have, though, for sure. How does he say it? Fuck. Sorry, I have to think really fucking hard. So it wouldn't be Kalani. It's a lie. That's just straight up lie.
Kalani didn't even know that.
Kalani wouldn't know. And I guess he would say that.
Was it not the darkness magic?
It was. That's what he doesn't want to be like. Oh my god. Her.
Yeah, you basically became a bad person.
He doesn't want to be like that. He wants to be like, hey, this. I don't know how to say it. Like this thing. This like when I went to talk to you, you were feeling a lot and
You were
overwhelmed.
tired and you told me.
Sorry, what was that?
You were tired and you told me.
Who? I'm sorry.
You were tired.
No, I'm out of context. What is going on? What is
That's
she?
what he could say. You
Oh.
were tired.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was like, I thought she was saying that. I was like, huh? What's going on? Yeah. He's like, you were very tired and overwhelmed, and you told me. So that is true. and I don't want you to keep, I guess, getting hurt because I decided to
Well,
feel.
it's not your fault.
It is for me not trying to solve it in the first place.
You can't solve what you don't know how to fix, especially not when money's money.
Money over here, like, I don't know what's wrong. But it ended up hurting you in the end. And I couldn't see that.
Well, it's a little more complicated than that, but okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's it. I made the decision not to kill Money, which, whether or not I did it because of you, is irrelevant. It was my decision. I made that choice. So regardless, is that it? Because if that's it, why should Money be here for that?
How should she be here for that? As Jacqueline, why should she be here for that?
Because if he's gonna kill her, she needs to be there.
Sorry, that was really good.
As Jacqueline, why should Amani be in this house at all? Think about it.
There's no reason for her to.
That's bullshit.
I
Me
just,
and you both know it.
I just forgot. It was because
Hayden thought everything was fixed and figured out when Amani wasn't there.
mm-hmm.
But he didn't actually solve his problems. He just
Yeah.
ignored it.
Okay, yeah, that's I was
So
like,
Amani being there would force him not to ignore
yeah, and
his
he
problems.
okay. Ooh, I was like, it's coming back, but I was fucking blind spot for some reason. Jesus, and
There's
he's
no reason for her to be. I mean, like, yes, killing her would be a solution,
but
but it would have to be Hayden to do it, and he's not going to do it.
yeah, not even
So
now.
it's not going to work.
No, and so he's like, whenever she was gone, I would just throw off the issue like it was nothing, and never actually solve it. But I have to come face to face with it.
So you're keeping Amani here then?
Yes.
Yeah.
To put yourself through some more torture?
If I don't, I'm just gonna throw off the issue again and do the same issue that I've been like in a cycle of.
Okay. I'm really confused on what caused this. It sounds like I told you that when I was tired or whatever, that I made the decision because of you and you took that and ran with it.
Well, there are other things said as well, but
Like what?
Nothing she doesn't already know.
that's true. That
Stuff that she doesn't want to admit to Hayden though.
yeah, and she's like that you've been, I guess, I've been causing a lot of pain to build up within you.
I said a lot, then I suppose.
You did.
Okay. Regardless, you don't have to deal with Amani. Because of me.
I have to because I want to get past this. So
Are you ready to?
he's
There's
like,
a reason I didn't tell you.
I'll have to be ready to.
That's not how that works.
He's like, I'm ready to. I guess I should put it in better terms.
She looks a little sad. And she says, okay. How are we going to go about that then?
He's like, I'm not too sure. So I've been thinking about it for the past day.
That's why you didn't sleep?
Yes.
Okay.
He's not saying the other shit that happened. Not the other shit. He's kind of just giving that.
Okay. Then how about I help you?
But you've already done so much. You
act like there's like a limit on kindness and love.
I just don't want to drag you through the same shit again.
Aiden, I chose to help you way back then, and I chose to get into a relationship with you, and I chose to marry you. I chose to have a family with you. These are decisions that I made. They're not obligations. So yes, I would help. If you don't want me to help, you can say that though.
I guess you could give me an idea.
Okay, then I need more context on what you're trying to solve.
She's like,
you said that there's something with Monty, but you're also being very vague about what it is with Monty.
he's like, how do I say it as, I don't know how to say it in a way that's not like weird, like fucking weird in the sense that I don't want it to sound like a fucking relationship. Or like toxic. He's got a toxic hold on.
Dependent.
Like he's
Emotionally dependent.
he's like, I'm emotionally dependent on Amani because of all those years. And I makes my priorities not lie on the people it should be. That I want to be. I should say it better.
Okay. And you want to stop doing that?
I do.
Okay. Then let's put it like this. How are you supposed to stop doing something when somebody hasn't stopped pulling?
And he's like, that's part of the reason I figured out. When she came in because Kalani told her to. And she doesn't even know what the fuck is going on.
You see that kind of pisses off Kira.
Like, she doesn't know anything.
Yeah, it makes Kira fucking mad. She's like, of course she doesn't. Okay.
Sorry.
You're not gonna like it, but I think you're gonna have to talk to her and clue her in.
I do.
Or someone's going to have to.
Kalani?
Someone
Oh,
from
God.
someone from the sky, like the fly on the wall. Haddon's like, I do have to clue her in. She even would be like, oh, it's not fucking
At the
happening.
same time, that might not be the wisest idea either, because she's still at the end of the day Amani.
No.
So telling Amani that she has any sort of power, maybe not always a good idea.
When he's like, ooh, hee.
But also, I don't really know of another way other than communication.
It's either she will figure something out or I will figure something out. So.
Okay. I mean, I could talk to her.
You don't need to. I don't want you
Back
to.
off my husband.
I don't want you to, for sure.
Why?
Because I mean, you need a rest. He's like, you need a rest.
Well, I slept for 4 days, so I think I'm good on rest.
I want Amani to knock on the door at this point, because she would.
Okay.
She's like, all you hear is a
You hear it?
little knock, and then they both like turn their heads to the door, and Amani peeks in, and she's like, no, what happened is Kalani's like, you should go to Hyatt's office again, and she's like, okay, fine. And then she goes and does it, but then she's like,
Kira glances and then glances at Hayden.
I think I'm interrupting something. And Hayden's like, no, you're not. You should just come in. And Monty's like, okay. And she's kind of like, she's again, stiff as a damn board. Kind of the same feeling she was when she first entered Hyde, but a little amplified. She's like, is there something I should know? Or
Is there something she should know, Hayden?
and Hayden looks at Amani. Could you view Amani for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of still feeling this kind of same way, but now she's more like on edge. She is a little more defensive now because there's two people in the room she doesn't want to see together. Because she's like, oh no.
Trying to back the fuck out
Yeah,
the room.
he's like,
Paco.
Amani,
I feel like I am interrupting.
no,
I feel like I should probably go.
you are not leaving.
She takes a step towards the door.
Hayden like sticks his hand out. He's like, I will cast something.
She takes a step away from the door.
I walk to the Burger King, then I walk out of the Burger King. I didn't think about it. And he's like, Amani. Ooh, how does he get dressed up? He's like, I told you I had to do something with you, right?
Yeah.
Delusional ass.
She's like looking in between Hayden and Kira.
Kira's like, she's
Kira's not even looking at Amani. She's looking at Hayden.
and he's like, how does he say it in not a way? And I was like, control.
It's really not a good way to go about it.
No, and he's like, because he doesn't want to be like, it seems you got the better of it, the shit. Now he wants to be like,
You have control over me. Surprise Pikachu.
Still? Wow.
Perfect.
he's like, what's a good question to ask him? Like something like a why. Like he kind of comes back to like, because I'm sure she was thinking, but she hasn't hit the nail. She probably has a different answer. It's still not the fucking nail on the head. That's what I think. It's like he's gonna be like, I'm gonna say it in such an articulate way. I suck at this shit. I guess he wants to try to say like, I'm gonna say try and not be like in Hayden's character, but kind of because just it's better for me to
That's
say.
Jacqueline,
Yeah, just for better for me. He's gonna try to articulate that you gave him a lot of damn PTSD, and she's like, yeah, of course.
Duh.
Like kind of that's her. Like, okay, yeah, that's true. And he's gonna kind of be like, you gave me this shit, and now it's basically affecting where my priorities are. And then she's like,
Go ahead. Say what you want to say, Jacqueline. I got Amani. Don't worry.
yeah, no. That's kind of what I'm going for. Is he's like, due to what you did to me for all those damn years, it seems that I don't have my priorities straight, which part falls on me because I never solved the issue.
You're just realizing that?
And he's like, he feels like a. he's like, but you haven't realized anything else.
No. Other than you have issues. Otherwise, I'd be dead.
He's like, I think you also have some issues.
You think?
Nah.
Because why? I guess, you know what? No more whys, because you just don't know. You just don't know. You're still holding on too, aren't you?
To what?
To whatever the fuck, like, I am to you. She's like, in her head, she's like,
Me? Holding on to you? Yeah, that's bold. That's rich.
What is Kira's reaction?
Kira still is just watching Hayden. She's refusing to look at Amani.
So, let's say here, all these years of tormenting, basically grabbing onto things around me, isn't some coincidence that you kept doing?
No, I just hate everyone around you.
And why everyone around me?
Well, I hate you too if it makes you feel better.
But why did you first say everyone around me? She's like,
If I play with the same toy for, I don't know, a million years, toy gets a little raggedy. So sometimes you need new ones.
Is that really the case for you?
That's really the case.
And Hayden has a lot of anger in him right now. He's kind of like approaching Amani. And
Monty takes a step back.
yeah. And she's like, why are you scared of me, but not scared of Kira?
Why should I be scared of Kira?
She's a god for one.
Like a fly on the wall.
Kira snaps her head at Amani.
Yeah, and he's like, why are you not scared? Why you shouldn't be?
No.
Gee, I wonder.
But then, for that case, if she has godlike powers, right? Then, and you're not scared of her, then why are you scared of me?
I'm not scared of you.
You're scared of me, then why do you keep backing up? Why do you look like you're about to bolt?
I feel like I'm getting tag teamed here.
No, you're not.
You're approaching menacingly, and she's glaring at me menacingly. I feel like I'm getting tag teamed.
That you're getting tag team. Let's just focus on an A-B conversation.
Okay.
And Kira can
Why-
see her way out.
Why am I not scared of Kira? She's had many opportunities to kill me. She hasn't done it yet, so why should I be scared of someone who doesn't have the gall to do it?
I know Kira's not. Is not
Kira
like,
twitches.
does not like that. He's like, oh, I'm sure. I was freezing. Make Monty more a bitch by saying like, oh well, she didn't do it because
She's a coward.
of the shit that I'm still holding on to, sort of. I guess. So,
Make who say what?
like Hayden kind of be like, well,
She didn't do it because of you.
she didn't do it because of you. Well, partially she didn't. Partially she didn't. It's like,
She did it because of her morals, but the reason she's willing to corrupt her morals if it means helping her family and making her family feel safe and
Yeah.
her feel safe about them. So her morals have nothing to do with this. Normal Kira would have killed Amani.
yeah, and so Hayden's like, she didn't kill you because she didn't have the gall.
Oh. Then why?
Ooh, he doesn't want to say it. And he's like, can I say it? He's like, it's because of me.
And I suppose I played my cards right.
Hiding, I want Maya to say something that would fucking tear a scar, reopen a scar in Hayden's fucking soul. That'd be a good moment right now, because she feels defensive for sure.
Let him poke some more.
Let him poke. I need that, Mary. Just want you to know I'm thinking of it. That's what Amani would be, because she's so defensive right now.
She's getting more defensive.
And then, of course, that drops eventually, but right now, too early still. And he's like, play your cards right. So you're saying that this whole ordeal was in part because, I don't know, something redemption or whatever, or being good, or trying to do something good, but could also be in part because you still were playing cards.
Everything I do is a game.
Then what the hell was your game this time?
Why did you ask your wife?
Hayden gets real mad, and this time he's kind of like looming over Amani at this point. He's like, don't you speak.
She seems nervous, but I feel like she would still stand.
No, she would still stand, but it's obvious that with the insight you can tell she's really nervous. But she, like I said, she masks pretty often. So absolutely. He's like, don't even speak of her after what you did. Leave her out of this. This is between you and me.
What's the fun in that?
Oh, there's no fun to be had here anymore.
When there's so many pawns on the field, I don't know what you're talking about.
There's no more pawns for you to play.
There's so many.
I won't let you play them.
Oh? You have the audacity not
I
to
do.
let me? That's rich. That's new.
Because you're still pathetic in the end.
Says the man who couldn't even kill the woman that killed his wife.
He's so mad.
Bruh. Just
Um,
crazy.
Hiding to make a perception.
Perception. This is right, Mrs. She. He don't got a +8. I just know by someone has really good stats in one thing. I'm like, it's memorized into my brain. By the way,
That's not
during the
good.
session at Final Round, off topic a bit, there's this one guy that kept rolling 3 and below the
Really?
Poor
entire
guy,
game. He
man.
rolled, he rolled, I think, 5 3s in a row, straight 3s. Like not even because no
You gotta roll
additions.
that dice better.
No additions, by the way. It was just like it landed on a 3 5 times in a row. I said you should go gambling. That's what I was saying tonight. Because that was some good shit.
Snake eyes.
I'd get up and leave.
Yeah, he was
Like,
like.
alright.
And then he got a nat 1 on his final roll.
Oh my
Before
lord.
we ended the session, I was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "I gotta put my dice in dice jail." They actually have dice jails for their dice, and they actually switch dice whenever it's not doing good for them. It works though. I'm not gonna lie. Except the guy next to me was rolling nat 20 3 times in a row.
Keep that fucking dice
Yeah,
on
no,
fucking
he was like, and the kid,
Dice
and the
heaven.
guy across from me, he had bad rolls, and so he put it in like a capsule, and he said dice jail, and then he started rolling high on the next one. So I was like, you know what? Also 21 for perception, off topic, but I just really thought about that.
It's a split movement. But you see Kira move. But a second later, she's back in her place.
Where the fuck did she move to?
Like, it's almost like she turned, but it's like something else happened.
Oh, he doesn't know what the else was. Okay.
He couldn't see it. He didn't feel anything.
Ooh, he's getting frustrated now, like especially at Amani, and he's like, "You wouldn't be playing this if you still were holding on to something."
But wouldn't I?
No, because you only play games if you want to hold on.
That's a bold assumption.
Is it an assumption?
I think you're overestimating yourself.
I think you're underestimating everyone else.
Am I? Doesn't look like anyone else is doing anything. The king is the one that gets to tell all of the other pieces on the chess table what to do and where to go. But if the king's incapable, no other piece moves on its own, Hayden. Does it?
You're not the king of this table anymore.
No, you are. But you're not moving, are you?
I am moving, and you're gonna see it firsthand.
Sure I will.
Where's the words that sting? I want to know. And he's like, you don't know what exactly you are even considering in any of this. You're so damn short-sighted.
You're so damn stupid. You're dumb. You're just freaking Amani ass Amani.
You don't even know what the fuck you're holding on to still.
I have a lot more to hold on to than you think.
You sure don't hold on to it.
That's rich coming from you.
They're about to fucking both fight.
I'm about to throw hands in this office.
Last time I checked, I did everything to protect the people I love. But what about you, Hayden?
Ooh, Hayden.
Last time I checked, I did everything to protect my loved ones. But you, Hayden, you brought me into their lives. And you did all of this started all of this, made all of this. You're the one that chose to stay by me, not the other way around.
Oh shit. Hayden says, he's like, man,
He's
I kind of.
speechless.
He's kind of leading into the fuck. Are you going into the Google Doc?
No, I just saw you get on your phone.
Oh, it's for this. I didn't know if we're doing this. Honestly, the scene sounds kind of falling into
Okay.
place right now, to be honest. Except it's going halfway through it. It's halfway through it. Honestly, could go to that part anyway. What is she? Where was she?
I'll follow you till you stop.
Yeah, why not? This is a good point for it. At that point, after she says that, though, I think he's gonna punch her here.
Oh my god. He's gonna punch her.
She literally just said like,
This is all because of you, yeah.
Shit.
And he feels that way, but also he hates that it's coming from Imani's mouth. And he's gonna straight up punch Imani in the nose.
Oh my god.
I don't know what else he would do. Like this, what's the
She grabs her fucking nose, bro.
boom?
And she glares back.
He's like, what the hell is wrong with you? First, for me? Like, not for me. Oh, that's the whole thing. It's like, he says, what did she say? I'm sorry. My brain's fucking blowing up right now. Maybe not this scene. I don't know. But I think he would definitely. Know what? I have a different thing I want to do.
I don't think that they should have this scene.
No, I think instead of punching her, he's gonna attempt to cast a spell at her. That's what I was going first original. He's gonna burning hands. And like kind of hit her in the face with burning hands.
Smack her across
Yeah,
the face
smack her
with
across with burning hands. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
He does that to her.
Make another perception. It's hiding.
Yeah, that really hit a sore streak with him, so he is. Damn, what the fuck? 22!
You see Kira fidget again, but you don't see clearly what happens.
Yeah, Imani definitely glares at him, and she probably has healing stuff on her, so she just kind of gets rid of it in a
literally.
second. She's like, she probably is like,
That's new.
and he kind of like,
I think this conversation is done.
he
Since you clearly don't want to talk.
doesn't say anything because he is.
She turns and walks out the door. Slams it behind her.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she was on the defensive for sure.
Kira walks up. And she puts a hand on Hayden's arm.
He's definitely like going through his head again. He's going through his head again for sure.
She says, "That didn't go as planned."
It was never going to go as planned.
No, it wasn't. She admitted something. Well, her view of it. Take it as progress. Why not?
He's kind of like, guess we'll see.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be.
She kind of pats his arm again, and she also goes out the door.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna kind of stay in his office a bit more. He ain't leaving.
Where'd Imani go?
She stormed off to her room. She's like, I'm not dealing with this damn shit.
As soon as you walk into your room, Imani, you hear the door open and close behind you.
She's like, and she's still like in the pissy mood. So she looks back and like, he's like, who
Who the fuck do you think it is?
is it? Kira?
It's Kira.
She's like,
She sounds weird.
does she? I'm not gonna make her roll
She
a damn
sounds weird.
perception. She's fucking just gonna set it short term. She's like, what the hell are you doing here? I thought that conversation was done. It's not between you.
No, that was a conversation between you and Hayden. Not me and you. I have a lot to talk about with you, actually.
Oh. Like she's still in her defensive pissy mood. And what is that?
You seem to parade around here as if you have some sort of immunity, but you don't.
I don't. I mean,
Do you want to push it?
She actually does not push. She does not push. She stays silent. She's like, okay.
In there, you said that you were scared. Well, you didn't say you were scared. Let me correct myself. You get nervous about hiding, but you don't do the same for me. Why is that?
Well,
Truthfully.
I mean, there's no reason to be, I think. I mean,
Is there?
not in my eyes.
And Kira takes a step forward.
Monty, yeah, Monty doesn't move at first. She's like,
And you see,
she's like confused more so.
you see smoke start to come out of Kira's eyes. And her eyes are
That's when
starting-
Amani's like, oop. She's like, oop.
And she says, you make a lot of assumptions for why you are still alive.
What kind of trick is going on here?
Trick? There's not a trick. It's me opening your eyes.
Open my eyes to what? I did wrong.